quick Devar Torah. Like I said yesterday, uh, the- you know, we're in now the month of Av. We're entered the 9 days, and we're in Parshat Devarim. Remember, the entire book of Devarim, or Deuteronomy, takes place over 37 days. This is Moses's going over basically our history in the wilderness, especially this week, and the mistakes we made and the mistakes he made, and what can we learn from them. Uh, as we know, in the 9 days, what we're concentrating on is that the second temple, according to the rabbis, was destroyed because of sinat chinam, baseless hatred or senseless hatred. But you notice the word baseless in there, that the objection was not that people were upset over things that other Jews were doing that was wrong, but they were objecting to things that made no sense to be angry about. There was a fight between two Hasidic groups at one time over whether or not to wear what color shoes. I'm not joking. They had a big fight over this. And you're sitting there saying, why? And that is baseless hatred. On the other hand, calling, for, uh, 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 justifying murder is, somebody who does that, you're allowed to dislike that person. So you're allowed to stand up against that person because, like we see today, there's a lot of people who justify October 7th, believe it or not. There's an author, a speaker named Douglas Murray, who's not Jewish, who said that what scared him was not the acts of Hamas on October 7th. That he understood, believe it or not. What really scared him was the actions that took place here in New York in Times Square on October 8th, when they had a huge demonstration justifying the acts on October 7th, justifying the murder, rape, torture of people, of Jews. This is something that you have to stand up against. Being against something like that is not baseless hatred, it is hatred with a purpose. During World War II, as we know, the fight against Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan was a necessary fight. Who knows what would happen, God forbid, they had won the war. We certainly would not be here. And even though Churchill realized he had to have the Soviet Union as an ally, that the Soviet Union only became an ally because Nazi Germany attacked them, not because they felt Nazi Germany was wrong. That he was willing to take them on as an ally, but he always kept a clear mind. This is not the type of society I would want for Britain. This is not the type of society that we idealize. We're only with them because they happen to be in the same fight. So it's something that you have to always bear in mind. Sometimes you can't pick your allies, but never deceive yourself in that this person is your ally because of their convenience, not because of anything, that they agree with you. But the thing is you have to stand up to evil. At the same time, you have to also be nice to your fellow Jew whenever it's possible. And there's a lot of things we can do that's possible, but not to let them run roughshod over you. Something to think about.